Welcome to the Battle Zone! The animated wrestling league, strong and free from the Greater Toronto area, starting off with a little inter-promotional tag team action, but title opportunities on the line.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a fight for four. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from wherever, representing whoever, Orange Cassidy.
Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, who has been going through a lot in his personal life lately as we record this. Very recently, the dissolution of the Best Friends, who an AEW original stable, of course, pre-existing before AEW, but with the freshly squeezed one, the master of sloth style, the most efficient professional wrestler in the world, having a lot of trouble back in the States, back with All Elite Wrestling. It's good to have him here in AWL, in the AWL, the league. It's a singular, definitive article, if you will. And of course, he's got some help. Every single match tonight, until the main event, will be a fight for four. We are going to restock the AWL Top Contender system. And of course, in our main event, a championship is on the line, just not one of ours. We'll get to that in a minute. But right now, we need to, well, this is going to take a while, folks. Popcorn, drinks, pizza, poutine, and various concessions are available throughout the concourse. And we also have some very nice people with big, heavy food containers that will bring stuff to you. Have your debit card ready.
And his tag team partner, making his way to the ring from somewhere far away. He is very nice, very evil, Danhausen.
Sometimes I think the AWL commissioner is too nice. Danhausen was insulted with the entrance he was given at the start of this season, so he asked for a bigger entrance for a bigger international television and internet star like Danhausen, and the commissioner basically gave him a blank check and said, fine, get whatever you like. This will take a while. We're going to have to loop the music.
Danhausen.
Just blow the frickin' pyro already, would you? Come on. Look, Dan, there we go. Very good. Danhausen recently coming to the defense of Nyla Rose, as has pretty much everybody with a functioning moral compass. Incidentally, if you're from Oklahoma, come get your athletic commission and take them out back to the proverbial woodshed. Or the literal woodshed, I don't care anymore. That's right, I'm gonna get political if I get the excuse. Danhausen is teaming up with Orange Cassidy here against a veteran AWL Tag Team, former multi-time AWL Tag Team Champions, two former AWL Grand Champions individually, and one former winner of the Oshogatsu Taikai.
And their opponents, making their way to the ring from the laboratory, accompanied by their creator, Dr. Jigoku, the tag team combination of Project Tetsu 3.0, Jigoku, G-Strong. Together they are the Augments.
The Augments looking for the opportunity to join the AWL Best Four. This is probably going to be their last opportunity this season to get back into championship contention. As I take a quick look at the win-loss records in the tag team division, this season the Augments are fairly evenly balanced. 3 and 3. Ratio of 0. Orangehausen, the team of Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. 1 and 1 also, plus minus 0. Which actually makes them one of the higher ranked teams that are not either currently in the best 4 or recently had a championship opportunity. The only teams ranked higher than them right now, either of these teams, are House Classic, who are the reigning champions, the New Classics, who are the most recent former champions, and T49P, who are already in the AWL Best 4. We will have an updated AWL Best 4 for the applicable division for you at the end of every single match tonight. And it's going to be Orange Cassidy versus Project Tetsu, the Iron Project of the diabolical Dr. Jigoku, starting us off, and a nice looking, very efficient DDT. Orange Cassidy looking to get this over with really quick. Well, quick being a relative term for this guy. Tag is made, I should say. In comes Danhausen, and Danhausen already regretting his life choices. Tonight, in our main event, I already told you we've got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Fight for 4s coming up. But, take a look at this. Oh, Danhausen with a nice drop there. In tonight's main event, Eddie Kingston, after going to a time limit draw with Hiroyuki Shota last week, Eddie Kingston has personally petitioned the NJPW matchmakers for an NJPW Strong Openweight Championship match. That will be our main event. It will be contested under New Japan rules. 60-minute time limit. Titles can change hands on countout or disqualification. Hiroyuki Shota with a chance to prove Zidon J wrong once and forever. And tonight, the AWL Fight for 4 Marathon. Semi-final match, we're going to have a Fight for 4 over-the-top rope battle royal in the Joshi singles division. Dragoness, Max the Impaler, Joya, Neko Musume, Usa-chan, Lupe Peligro, some of the top women in, and one non-binary wrestler, in the Joshi division. Fight for 4 singles for the Grand Championship. Hook versus Sammy Nix. Hook has already defeated Lee Masters, dropping him down in the best 4 rankings. So it's technically a fight for 3. Coming up next, the unholy alliance of Monster Unions, Neko Musume and Wild Thing will face off against the former AWL Joshi Tag Team Champions, the Dancing Queens, in another Fight for 3. And all that coming up a little bit later tonight in the Animated Wrestling League. But right now we've got a Tag Team Fight for 4 match on our hands, as Jigoku Destroy is living up to his name when it comes to young Master Danhausen. Now, Danhausen has recently suffered a major upheaval in his life. For the first time, I believe ever, there is record of Danhausen swearing. This was in reaction to the Oklahoma State Athletic Commission's warning against intergender wrestling because a woman wrestled a woman on an AEW event in Oklahoma. Yes, that is just as stupid as it sounds if you ignore the obvious bigotry. But Danhausen referred to these individuals, am I far enough into the video now, as stupid fucks. And that's not really swearing, is it? That's just description of horrible, horrible people. Cover here. Very quick kick out by Orange Cassidy. Notice how he just gets one shoulder up. That's all you have to do. Most efficient wrestler in the history of the planet. Both of these teams looking to enter the AWL Best 4 for the men's tag team division. Right now, the Best 4 consists of T49P, Tiger Mask W, and Gamba's Shadows, recently added to the lineup. And into the sleeper hold. Orange Cassidy, happy to win a match where he just kind of stands there. Taking the last good advice Hulk Hogan ever gave somebody. That he should have used the sleeper hold as his finish. Hip attack there on the back of Orange Cassidy, former 2-time AEW International Champion. But here in the Animated Wrestling League, he just hit a perfect Gamba roll. Haven't seen that in a very, very long time. Orange Cassidy, 4-4 in the Animated Wrestling League. Danhausen, 8-8. Both are perfectly balanced, ±0 in the win-loss records. Alongside us, yeah, interestingly enough, Mecha Calyx also at a ±0 in the AWL Strong and Free division, of course. The referee is well now into the 20 count on the outside. Now, Orange Cassidy has had a lot of experience in matches where there's a 20 count outside the ring for a ring out. Hang on. Okay, third of the way through the time limit now. Snapping super kick, going for the German, no chance in hell. Is that going to work? I love Orange Cassidy, but there are limits. Looks like a knee lift into the corner there, and now a referee's going to make sure that's not a choke, but I think it was. Senior official Joey Baba Ganoush, the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family, on the call here. Going to have to keep an eye on both of the Augments. And frankly, Danhausen, who's known to be very evil. Oh, look at that! Beautiful overhead release. Gut wrench suplex, I think you could call that. Oh, there we go, and right back to his feet. Tries to fall down on him, but Orange Cassidy swing and a miss there with the modified, I hate to say it, the modified Kokeshi. That does not make anybody happy. If you get that reference, goddamn. Tag made, and in comes, double tag. Danhausen, kind of wishing the world still had weight limits outside of Japan, doesn't he? Of course, here in the AWL, we believe the sport of professional wrestling has evolved beyond weight limits. That's why we created our Grand Championship in the first place, unifying the heavyweight and light heavyweight titles. And that is why a straight punch right to the head can overcome a size difference, as can a running drop kick to the spine, at least presuming that Project Tetsu 3.0 still has a spine. Danhausen, who known for his antics, known for his managerial skills, known for his curses, known for his interviews, a deceptively skilled in-ring competitor. If ever I saw one, that's what we should call Orangehausen, the deceptively skilled. Fall forward powerbomb vintage. Project Tetsu, that's some Season 0 stuff. Cassidy watching on. This is not good. Isatsuwaza. Tetsu Doraiba! And the referee calls it. And you hear it echo throughout the arena. Subite. Jigoku Hakase no Tame ni. All for Dr. Jigoku. The fall forward power bomb. And do we have? Yep, here we go. Isatsuwaza Tetsu Driver.
Here are your winners, the Augments.
And for the first of 4 times tonight, there you see the updated AWL Best 4. T49P, the presumptive #1 contenders for the tag team titles. But the Augments are back in the hunt. Once again, a fight for 4. This time it's monsters versus dancing pro wrestlers. I'd say don't look at me, I didn't write this, but I kinda did. The ever-theatrical Monster Union, with its Joshi female furry fighting force, on the way to the ring.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a fight for 4. Introducing first, being accompanied by the Manipulator, the tag team combination of Neko Musume and Wild. Together they are the Unholy Alliance, and they represent Monster Union.
Monster Union, quite frankly, lucky to be getting this opportunity, as they are currently only 1-1 in tag team action coming into this. But especially here in AWL Strong and 3, the Joshi tag team division has been dominated by the undefeated 9-0 this season Wasteland War Party, the tag team champions, that being at ±0, believe it or not, actually makes Monster Union's Unholy Alliance the top-ranked tag team in terms of wins and losses. This is ridiculous. The AWL Joshi tag team division, frankly, I think it needs an overhaul. And I think that's what the Wasteland War Party, with their Wasteland War title defenses, that's what they're trying to do, I think, is trying to, you know, shoot some adrenaline into this division. Now, this is going to get a little bit interesting.
And they are the opponents, the tag team combination of Edith and Willow Nightingale, the Dancing Queen.
Willow Nightingale and Edith Surreal, the Babe with the Power and the Ephemeral Queen, are the most recent former AWL Joshi Tag Team Champions, losing those belts in a Wasteland Scrap Trap cage match to the Wasteland War Party. And just double checking when that happened at AWL Strong and 3, episode 66. So nearly, let's see, that would be a month and a half ago, roughly. Looking to get back into tag team title contention, despite the fact they haven't technically won a tag team match this season. 2 losses on the records of the Dancing Queens, however, those were also both successful title defenses via ring outs, where they did retain the titles, but they were counted out of the ring. So basically, I think the idea is if you want to have any kind of chance of being, frankly, even booked in this promotion again, you need to start winning some actual tag team matches by pinfall, submission, or frickin' knockout. Neko Musume, the cat daughter of Japanese folklore. Neko Musume, a fairly well-known, I would like to think, yokai. It is surreal. Makes the tag to the Babe with the Power, former NJPW Strong Women's Champion, Openweight Women's Champion, the first ever champion. Winner of the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament this past year, 2023. On the women's side, and of course, one half of the final Chikara Campeona de Parejas. So a golden record champion all over the world, quite literally, and right now looking to become very soon the TBS champion. And unfortunately, she's got a date with an old friend, Mercedes Monet, whom she defeated to become the Strong Openweight Women's Champion at one point. Did they drop the Openweight from the Strong title? I don't even care. I should care. I wish I cared. New Japan, please get your act back together. As Neko Musume pulling on the arm of Willow Nightingale on the outside. We know Willow's comfortable fighting on the outside of the ring, but so very much is Wild Thing, who's still trying to recover from losing the Best of 7 series in the tiebreaker to, long story, to Usa-chan. And taking a look at the win-loss records coming into this match, this is, I would say, almost a must-win for Neko Musume and Wild Thing. They are both in the danger zone. If they do not make a massive comeback starting right now, they are going to both be fighting for their careers in Botsumania, the 4-way elimination match at the end of the season, where the loser of the final fall is released from their contracts. And of course, wished well in all their future endeavors. Edith Surreal, not that far away from the danger zone herself, -7. 3 wins and 10 losses in the AWL. Whereas Neko Musume 29 and 39 minus 10, Wild Thing 28 and 43 minus 15. So Wild Thing basically needs to start winning or she's going to be mathematically locked in the danger zone. Neko Musume can still save herself, and a win over Edith Surreal would help massively. Remember, in tag team action, it doesn't matter who gets the pin or who gets the submission. Both members of the winning team get a win in their individual records, and both members of the losing team get a loss in their individual records. Now maybe a tag Kogeki double gutbuster by the Monster Union duo. We call them the Unholy Alliance, cats and dogs wrestling together, mad hysteria. There's a new Ghostbusters film in theaters because time is a flat circle. 11 minutes and change remaining on the clock. We still have our massive main event to come tonight. The NJPW Strong Openweight Champion, the men's title, will be defended by Eddie Kingston, the War King, the King of the Bums, the man who walks the history of the King's Road, versus the man who's been the Flying Yuki, who's been the office boy, Hiroyuki Shota, now his own man for the first time in years, possibly in his entire career. Cover. 1, 2, kick out by Neko Musume, overcoming the strength differential here. Willow Nightingale, really more of a match, I think, for Wild Thing than for Neko Musume. But the agility of the cat daughter is never to be underestimated. Irish whip off of the ropes. Spin kick, caught Willow, but does not go down. Does the babe with the power, but a shoulder tackle takes down the cat daughter. Front flip senton. Willow Nightingale with showing off some impressive agility of her own here. As these two wrestlers going back and forth and back and forth.
5 minutes and a half. 10 remaining.
And a now going after the bicep, using that steel elevator cable that for some reason we still call a rope. Oh, wait a minute. Now, this is an illegal hold. That's going to be a 5 count. 1, 2. Referee admonishing Neko Musume for pushing the rules there. And starting the count on the outside. A little cat and mouse by the cat girl. Getting back to the ring. And another drop kick, but does not take the bigger woman off of her feet. The powerhouse that is Willow Nightingale, behind the smile, behind the dancing, behind the happy music. Willow Nightingale is a human tank. And you would do well to remember this, all of you. Boom! And there's the kick. Willow makes the tag, and in comes Edith Surreal. Edith, a lot more flexible, a lot more of a grappling artist, a lot more of a technical wrestler. She likes to build to the surreality lock. But she'll take an elevated abdominal stretch here. Unfortunately, no defense possible as both arms of the attacker are occupied there, so that becomes a dangerous move to use in a tag team match. As you just saw, shoots the half. Edith Surreal into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. Edith Surreal, a graduate of the Wrestle Factory, a former Young Lions Cup champion in Chikara. Has been grinding it on the indies, has held titles around the United States. Here in the AWL. Out of respect for her skills, Irish whip. The woman who now looks through the world with her own eyes. And if you know what her former mask looked like, you'll see what you know what I mean about that. Going up and boom! Golden Star-esque powerbomb. As the tag is made to the babe with the power, is going to be looking for that babe with the powerbomb. Maybe looking for the pounce. Maybe looking for the Spicoli driver. A lot of options in the arsenal. But no, rapid tags, keeping the opponent off balance. And notice how they seem to have isolated Neko Musume, the smaller of the two opponents. Neko Musume trying to regain control of position in addition to material. The tag is made. And Irish whip. Oh, knee right to the spine. And a double trapezius claw hold. The claws of the lethal lycanthrope sinking into the flesh. Natural weapons are not considered foreign objects, so claws and teeth and fangs to bear. in the Animated Wrestling League. If you like this kind of professional wrestling, give us a subscribe. Still looking for that 100 subscriber mark by the end of the season. And now look at, oh, wait a minute. Furious Feline Fury still cannot keep Ida Surreal off of her feet. But the cat, tonic! He thought there was a catatonic. The backpack stunner, the catatonic. Reversed. Or broken up, I should say, by the Babe with the power. And now, oh, what is this going to be? This is going to be nothing. This is going to be the power of Ida Surreal, countering into a neckbreaker of her own with 6 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock in this fight for 4. This is not a number 1 contenders match. This is just to get your name into the conversation. Elbow drop from the top. I would have gone for a cover there. I think that would have been a better maneuver, a better tactic. But with 6 minutes, you've got the time, and oh, low drop kick right to the side of the head, knocking the ears off the top of her head, I think. I don't know, I think that was supposed to be an enziguri, but it turned into just a flying foot kick. Desperation in the technique of both wrestlers here, but most specifically Neko Musume. Remember, a loss here for Neko Musume would bring her to -11, and it would be very difficult, not mathematically impossible, but very difficult for her to break out of the danger zone. Wild Thing would be -16. I think would actually be mathematically locked in the danger zone. I'm not entirely sure here, but Irish Whip into the corner, and oh no! I don't know who got the worst of that one, but Neko Musume tries to take advantage of Ida Surreal, not permitting it. As we're coming up on the 2/3 portion of the time limit here. Now remember, in the event of a time limit draw, neither team gets into the best 4. Cover.
10 minutes have elapsed. 5 remain.
That was both a breakup and a rope break. Belt and suspenders strategy by Wild Thing and Neko Musume, the manipulator, watching on to the outside. Sit out, body slam, Babe with the power bomb on the outside. 4.5. But Neko Musume will not go down without a fight. That is Kokon. That is fighting spirit. That is why Neko Musume belongs in the Animated Wrestling League, and I don't care what the win-loss records say. Right now, your legal competitors are Neko Musume and Edith Surreal. Neko Musume preventing the opportunity for a tag here. This is 1-on-1. And Edith with a lariat. Not even a lariat, a massive clothesline. And a knockout blow to the back of the head. It's the shot you don't see coming that knocks you out every single time. Let's take a look at some of that tag Kogeki action. Rapid tags in and out by the Dancing Queens, keeping their opponents off balance. And watch this. Boom! Hammer fist.
Here are your winners, the Dancing Queens.
And the girls are back in town as we update the best 4. Ladies of Lucha, Black Tigers, Dancing Queens, and we will be determining the next tag team challengers very, very soon. So stay tuned to the Animated Wrestling League. Subscribe, ring the bell so you never miss a match. Hook has been caught in the Jericho midcard vortex. Let's see if he can break out of it and join the AWL Best 4. I'll tell you why he gets this opportunity after the introduction.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall, and it is a fight for 4. Introducing first, making his way to the ring from St. Martin's Place, representing All Elite Wrestling, he is the reigning FTW champion, the cold-hearted Handsome Devil. This is Hook. The cold-hearted Handsome Devil finds himself in this championship situation, able to enter, potentially, the AWL Best 4 with a victory tonight, because he defeated a member of the AWL Best 4, Lee Masters, causing him to lose rank last week.
The FTW champion, on the other hand, automatically entered into this fight for 4 by virtue of defeating a member of the top rank of the AWL. Rank means everything. Rank has its privileges. Rank has its problems in the Animated Wrestling League. But who can test the cold-hearted handsome devil, the son of the suplex machine? Well, no one else. There's no other better test for Hook than the Animated Wrestling League's own 5-star champion and our suplex master. We shall see how far the apple, or the orange I should say, has fallen from the tree.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring from Brooklyn, New York, accompanied by the Master. He is the Suplex Master, Sammy Nix.
AWL Grand Championship, 7-time AWL World Tag Team Championship, AWL Intercontinental Championship, AWL Canadian National Championship, AWL New Year's Tournament Champion, 5-star champion in the AWL, and he is the only one there has ever been. A good test for the young boy on excursion, perhaps? I like to think so. It's orange versus orange, suplex versus suplex, submission versus submission, and a clothesline takes it off and does not get everything with that leg drop, does Sammy Nix in the Tachi-ai, so we're going to call that a bit even, though the aggression clearly from the AWL Season 0 original, trained by the living legend Matt Classic, brought together with his partner, the 7-star tag team, the 7-time record-holding AWL World Tag Team Champions. And Hook, going to his striking game, Hook not with that kind of a combat background. He's got a judo background, but he's a lacrosse player. He's not a boxer. He's not a mixed martial artist. So it's interesting he's switching up his style here. This is bad! Belly-to-belly overhead release suplex by the suplex master. I understand that when he was coming up, when he was learning how to wrestle, way back in the day, obviously from the look, from the style, Taz, a great influence on Sammy Nix, and now getting to wrestle, I'm just going to say it, Taz's own son, into the cover here, 1, 2. I think they basically started acknowledging that on AEW television now. They were kind of doing a Jerry Lawler, Brian Christopher thing with it for a while, but no. This is the son of Suplex. Oh, so this is a match that frankly, I've been thinking about ever since we got the agreement to bring Hook here on this occasional excursion. You can still see him wrestling on AEW Dynamite, on Rampage, well, not so much on Rampage, but certainly also on Collision, currently trying to get out of forming a tag team with Chris Jericho. After the last time he was in Toronto, he was right here in this city. He basically spent his entire time in Toronto suplexing Jericho right on top of his head, and it was pretty. It was beautiful. You could see me on television in the crowd watching that. It was incredible. Oh, there's the spine buster. Not a suplex. That's going to be Sammy Nix's method of victory here. He's going to have to go out. Everyone knows he's a suplex master, but he's going to have to pull out the other cards in his deck to overcome the cold-hearted handsome devil. He's going for a splash. Hook, not a high flyer. And I think that's actually going to be very good for his longevity in this business. Is it a business? Is it a sport? Is it a show? Yes. 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Forearm strike connects. Lee Masters, who's now in the number 4 rank. This is technically, we call it a fight for 4 because we are acolytes of the amazing attributes of alliteration. However, Hook fighting and Sammy Nix fighting for the number 3 slot right now. That's the slot that's open. Lee Masters, quite frankly, lucky to be in the AWL Best 4 at all. That was up to the AWL Commissioner, who decided by virtue of quality of opponents to basically show mercy to Sammy Nix. It's more of an art than a science, the AWL Best 4 sometimes, but the rules are clear. You win the fight for 4, you're in the top 4 ranks, and you're eligible to challenge for the championship of that division. In this case, the AWL Grand Championship, currently held by another AEW contracted wrestler. Great kick out there at 2.5. Will Ospreay, who's set to defend at the Golden War, the first week of May, Golden War 2024 in Japan against Kid Canada. Kid Canada will make the journey all the way over to the land of the rising sun, to the nation of Sunbook, in order to challenge in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Will Ospreay in his first title defense, no! And both men looking to expand beyond their usual milieu, and it does not work. Hook now 2 attempts at maneuvers where he comes off of the ropes, and both times he has crashed and burned. Stay on the mat, kid. Stay on the mat. We're coming up on the halfway portion of the time limit, 10-minute time limit in non-title singles matches in the Animated Wrestling League. That's because we know the YouTube audience, not known for attention span. Referees count up to 7 of 20. Now it's only a 10 count in All Elite Wrestling. And Hook has had very little experience outside of AEW. That's one of the reasons he's here in the AWL. To get that experience. Oh! Sleeper suplex. Dip it into the Taz family playbook a bit. Discus punch. German. Is he going to go for the 3-headed monster? The German into the dragon. And now for the X-Plex, the 3-headed monster. The Chimeraplex. Cannot or does not hold for a bridge. Shoots the half, gets him over. Into the cover. Hook of the far leg for the 1-2. Wow. Hook withstood the Chimeraplex. Oh, and takes down the Suplex Master. Collar and elbow tie-up. A nice hip toss throw there. Now Hook has not done much in the way of throws. In the way of actual suplexes here. The Red Rum! Red Rum! Can he hook the legs? The Red Rum, or a reasonable facsimile thereof, locked in. The AWL 5-star champion is fading, but no, he manages to break the grip. Manages to break the grip and power out of that. Hook gonna go for the Red Rum again. No, he's gonna go for a German of his own. And a German into a Rainmaker. Is that a challenge, perhaps, to the AEW Continental Champion, who's had his cup of coffee in the AWL before when he was IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Okada Kazuchika? I don't know. Okada Senshin
3 minutes remaining.
Is very protective of that Rainmaker, doesn't like when other people use it, especially when they don't win matches with it. Knee lift right to the face, 3 minutes. You'll see urgency personified now in both of these men. They know that if this goes to a time limit draw, they're both out of the best 4. There we go. There's that throw. The unique stylings of the cold-hearted, handsome devil going face first into the steel superstructure of that ring. He might not be so darn handsome of a devil when Sammy Nix gets through with him. Sammy Nix with the high ground. Hook regaining his senses, all the time in the world to get back in the ring, but he does not waste any of it. 2 minutes left now. You hear the time call? Yes, we are.
2 minutes remaining.
Hook moving slower now. He's used to eliminating his opponents much quicker than this. Sammy Nix, one way, oh wait a minute, gut wrench suplex, avalanche style, boom, down goes Nix. And a Hook in control with one move, he rolls through, looking for the modified Ushigoroshi. I'm guessing Taz taught him that one. He's got less than 90 seconds on the clock now. Either way, both of these men have taken the other to the limit, and there's a beautiful suplex. But again, just cannot maintain that bridge. Cannot maintain for the cover. 75 seconds remaining, and huge splash. Hooks the leg. First person to hit a move off of the ropes, and gets the win with it. Maybe at the Team Taz dojo they need to do a lesson on high flying. But that was an incredible match, back and forth, even Steven the whole time, but a splash off of the top rope was the difference maker.
Here's the winner, the Suplex Master, Sammy Nix.
And now both of the new classics are in the AWL Best 4. That's gonna get explosive. Over the top rope battle royal, one slot in the Joshi singles division Best 4 up for grabs.
The following contest is an over the top rope battle royale, and it is a fight for 4. Introducing first, making her way to the ring from the greater Toronto area, the Daughter of the Dragon,
The daughter of the first ever AWL champion. Before it was the heavyweight title, before it was a world heavyweight title, before it was the grand title, there was Dragon. Forced into retirement by concussive injuries, Dragon now serves as the head trainer of the AWL dojo. One of his students, his own daughter, the Dragoness. And she will carry forth the family tradition as the Dragon Fire illuminates the arena as it was in days gone by. First pyro we ever had. Dragoness, 57 wins, 43 losses. Ratio of plus 14, mathematically guaranteed to be in the first ever Natsu Taikai. Coming up this summer, the women's equivalent of the Oshogatsu Taikai. One member of the Wasteland War Party is already in the Best 4. Can the other one join?
Introducing next, making their way to the ring from the Wasteland. They are one half of the Animated Wrestling League, Joshi Tag Team Champions, and reigning, undisputed National Wrestling Alliance World Television Champion, Max the Impaler.
Max the Impaler makes their way to the ring. Already, Heidi Howitzer is a member of the AWL Best 4 for the Joshi Singles Championship. Heidi Howitzer currently at rank 2. Max the Impaler looking to make their way into rank 4 here. And just like always, the Giant is a threat in any battle royal situation. I wonder if the rest of the field is going to team up to try and eliminate the non-binary nightmare. And why not throw in a luchadora?
Introducing next, making her way to the ring from Mexico City, Mexico. Representing the Ladies of Lucha, the June of Lucha Libre, Joya.
Now, the entrances have been randomized here, but the Ladies of Lucha do represent the one and only unified tag team that will exist in this match. So, Will we see the Jewel and the Knockout Queen, Lupe Peligro, working together in this contest until they're the final two? I don't know, we'll have to see. Anything can happen in a Battle Royal. We say there are no friends in the Battle Royal, but sometimes an alliance can help you get further than you can on your own. So the tactics will be vital as we welcome the second half of the field. 6 women in this contest over the top rope. Both feet must touch the floor for you to be eliminated, and no, that is not a mistake.
Introducing next, making her way from the realm of the Yokai, representing Monster Union, Nicole
Viva Monster Union, Nekamusume with her loss in the tag team division earlier tonight. She is now at a career record of 29 wins, 40 losses, ratio of -11. Now I will point out that anyone who holds the championship, regardless of their win-loss record, is immune from Botsamania. So a win tonight and a win over Wakazaki Ai in 2 matches, Nekamusume could save herself from the danger zone, could save herself from Botsamania, could save her career. But she has got a lot to overcome, not the least of which is the only wrestler in this contest who has already wrestled a match tonight. We try to avoid that in the AWL, but sometimes the competitive spirit of our athletes, they insist on it.
Introducing next, making her way to the ring from Florida, Usa-chan.
Interestingly enough, Usa-chan not announced as representing True Love tonight. By AWL rules, there are no cornermen, there are no tag team partners, there are no managers, and in Usa-chan's case, there are no girlfriends allowed at ringside in an over-the-top rope battle royal. Usa-chan comes into this match with a career record of 39 wins, 29 losses, ratio of +10, a mirror opposite of where Nekamusume started the night. And there's only 1 slot left, and admittedly I did kind of spoil it a minute ago.
And finally, making her way to the ring from Veracruz, Mexico, also representing the Ladies of Lucha, the Knockout Queen, Lupe Peligro.
Lupe Peligro joining her tag team partner, a former AWL Joshi champion in her own right, looking to get back to the top of the mountain and bring some gold and frankly save the reputation of the Ladies of Lucha. And the bell sounds. There is no time limit in this match. We will go until 5 of these women have been eliminated from the ring, thrown over the top rope, with both feet touching the floor. I'm not going to try and go move by move here. So much action as very quickly, seconds in the non-binary nightmare, the only one standing, at least until Dragoness hits a Hurricane Rana, a staple of the Dragon family, the Dragon school of the Dragon style of professional wrestling. Springboard drop kick, and that kind of maneuver is very dangerous. Anytime you're leaving your feet in a situation like this, you could get caught and tossed very easily. Dragoness on the ropes for only a second as Joya, and there we see it, the Ladies of Lucha going up against each other. Brain Buster from Joya to Lupe Peligro. Oh no, choke slam by Max the Impaler. Dragoness now looking for a neck breaker. Thought she was going to go for the Dragon Drop #1 there, but maybe a little early in the contest. Or in this situation, you don't want to go for the Dragon Drop #1, because then you'd have to pick up the dead weight to toss them over. These battle royals are so dangerous, not only because there's so many extra limbs in the ring, so many extra bodies that can hit into each other and injure each other, but because your entire mindset has to change. As a professional wrestler, you're looking to pin someone's shoulders to the ground for 3 seconds, or to put them in a hold that is so painful they are forced to surrender to you. Neither of those do jack effing squat in a battle royal. And right now, Max the Impaler, they're leaning on the ropes. The rest of the team, they're not a team. The rest of the field should be taking advantage of this. They choose not to. High elevation drop by Lupe Peligro. There's no knockouts here either, so many of our wrestlers are disadvantaged. Irish whip into the corner. And immediately Max gets their way out of it. As Lupe Peligro and Usa-chan, and Lupe Peligro and looks like Neko Musume in the ring with each other. Nobody's sticking on a partner here. Now watch Usa-chan in the far corner, grabbing a bottom rope and sticking there for a minute. So far, nobody's really using that much in the way of defensive tactics here. Everybody wants into this great counter wrestling there by Lupe Peligro against Dragoness. So far, nobody has been eliminated. And coming up, we still have our main event for the NJPW Strong Openweight Champion Eddie Kingston to make his first title defense here in the Animated Wrestling League. Title defense of the only title he's got left after losing the Ring of Honor Championship, the Ring of Honor World title, to Mark Briscoe at Supercard of Honor, and losing the Continental Championship to Okada Kazuchika right here in Toronto. Toronto, not a good city for the War King. And no, wait, oh no! Usa-chan's out! Usa-chan has been eliminated. A counter strike. The agility of the cat daughter overcoming true love. Usa-chan is out of this. Now, an elimination is not a fall. So, Neko Musume does not pick up a victory in this situation. There will only be one win handed out tonight, and that's going to go to whoever is the last wrestler standing. Now, in the case of anyone who gets thrown over, it's not a loss. It's not a loss, because you were not pinned, you were not made to submit, you were not knocked out, you were not disqualified, you were not counted out of the ring. So we have a rather loose system here. And now, oh! Karmic Vengeance, as Dragoness uses the exact same technique Neko Musume used to eliminate Usa-chan, to eliminate Neko Musume. So we are 2 down. We're down to 4. Usa-chan is out. Neko Musume of Monster Union is gone. We are down to our final 4 here in our last fight for 4. And it is a fight for 4. The number 4 slot in the AWL Best 4 is absolutely what is on the line here. Oh, man. I think, yes, Dragoness did go over the top, but it doesn't matter as she comes back into the ring. The non-binary Nightmare thinking, yeah, they're going to let these 3 sort of deal with themselves for a moment. Going up, vertical, oh, front suplex, oh, and the Luchadoras nearly eliminate each other. But Max with a Samoan drop. I do not believe they are Samoan. But a drop's a drop, a power move's a power move. And now look at this. Joya not helping her tag team partner. Instead, locking up with Dragoness. If the ladies of Lucha had worked together there, they could have eliminated the biggest threat in this match. I know we always say there's no friends, there's no teammates in a battle royal, and technically that's true. But sometimes an alliance is necessary. Dragoness unable to eliminate Joya on that exchange as Maxine Taylor drops the Knockout Queen. And Max the Impaler standing tall, taking their pick of who they want to eliminate now. Into the corner. And will Lupe Peligro come to her partner's help? No, she won't. Is this just battle royal tactics, or is this the beginning of something perhaps within the ladies of Lucha? I don't know. Oh! I don't know what the hell that was. Sort of a lifting spear of some kind. I couldn't quite tell. Now the ladies of Lucha going at each other. I did not expect to see that, to be quite frank with you. Not when there are other opponents left in the ring. We are coming up on the 1 hour mark of this video. Thank you for watching, if you still are. But now, I've been told we will have our overrun. We're going to get to that main event championship match. This could be a 2-hour video, folks. As the Strong Openweight Championship match will have a 1 hour time limit, as per NJPW rules. Off of the ropes, as Maxley and Taylor are able to put the brakes on. The Luchadoras still fighting each other. Dragon is trying to slay a giant here. The biggest wrestler in the match. Boom! Halfway between a vertical suplex and a brainbuster, the warrior from the wasteland. The double champion looking to maybe become a triple champion. NWA and double champion in the Animated Wrestling League. It could very well happen. This has been a fantastic season for the non-binary Nightmare. Oh, drop kick. Taking Maxley and Taylor out at their knees. And oh, drop kick. Dragon is having so much energy this late into the match. This is incredible. The Knockout Queen, Lupe Peligro, who, if I didn't mention before, which I'm pretty sure I didn't, Lupe Peligro enters this match with a record of 21 wins, 15 losses, +6, and she just eliminated Dragoness! Lupe Peligro just eliminated the only woman in the match with a better win-loss ranking than her. We are down to 3. It's 2 Luchadoras versus, what is it, a Wastelander? Wastelandian? Wastelandese? I don't know. Answer in the comments, what's somebody from the Wasteland called? Are they Wastelanders? Are they Wastelandese? Wastelandians? You tell me. And, oh, Brainbuster again! Brainbuster yet again. Followed by, boom! Clubbing forearm strike right to the chest. And this is the stupidest thing you can do in a battle royal. But Max does not get away with it. They do not get away with it. Lupe Peligro, unable to eliminate the Impaler in that situation, but Lupe Peligro putting herself into a perfect position to take control here. It's not been a good couple of seasons for the ladies of Lucha, first losing Tormenta del Fuego in Tabatsamania, and now ladies of Lucha, they're 1-2. They're on the negative side of the ledger. They may be in the best. They may be in a best 4 situation. I think they're actually at the moment they're the #1 rank, aren't they? In the tag team division, yeah, the ladies of Lucha right now #1 ranked over the Black Tigers, the Dancing Queens, and of course the 4th slot there still to be determined. But if these two are fighting each other, I don't know if they're going to be ready for a Wasteland war. Oh no, Lariat elimination! We are down to our final 2. This is stupid, but with Joya down and out and literally under the ropes. A moment of celebration for Max the Impaler. Going to try to eliminate here. No, Snake Eyes in the corner. The mask will provide very little protection there. But a kick to the stomach gets Joya back on her feet. She's got to be looking, she's got to get into the playbook. She's got to be looking for the jewel cutter. She's got to be looking for Diamond Flosion. Got to be looking for some way to incapacitate this enormous wrestler. Oh, here we go. This could do it. Trying to lever them over. Just doesn't have the strength. Max the Impaler gripping onto that top rope with all of their might and gets back to a vertical base. And now, what is this going to be? Up against the ropes. Bad things happen. Oh no. No, not this way. Not this way. Just use a lariat. Use a clothesline. Power bomb! The graphics department a little early on that, but that was inevitable. Once Joya was in the air, she had nowhere to go but straight down. Max, the Impaler, showing their power. And is that what's going to happen in a Wasteland War? We're going to find out eventually. But right now, it's about the singles division.
Max, the Impaler.
Max, the Impaler, there you see it. Spring Tiger, Heidi Howitzer, Akira Mederne, Max the Impaler. What a combination. Main event, NJPW rules, 1 hour time limit, Ippon Shobu. Here we go.
The following contest is your main event of the evening. It is scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. And it is for the NJPW Strong Openweight Championship.
A mixture of English and Japanese, appropriately enough, for a Japanese title being defended by an American in Canada. Welcome to the truly international animated wrestling league. Hiroyuki Shota, the man fired from Zaidan J earlier this season, had to flee the country of Japan in order to not only continue his wrestling career, but arguably to continue living, trying to re-embrace his roots as one of the Flying Yukis, one of the more talented young high flyers we've seen come out of the AWL dojo, at least in the men's division, for quite some time. 1 week ago, just assume I did this a week ago, on our last episode of AWL Strong and Free, he took the War King, Eddie Kingston, to a 10-minute time limit draw. Eddie Kingston, the pride of a champion, says, no, brother, that's not going to work for me. You didn't beat me, but I didn't beat you either, and I'm the champion, I'm supposed to beat people. So Eddie himself petitioned NJPW matchmakers to make this happen, and there you see a man with 1 championship belt. A great and proud man. Mark Briscoe took the ROH title. Okada took the Continental Championship from the first ever Continental Champion, Eddie Kingston. And now, all he has left is, frankly, a title that means a lot to him. Means that he walks the King's Road. He shows that he has fighting spirit. He embraces the strong style. This kid who grew up, he's not a kid anymore, but he grew up as a kid as a tape trader, seeing like random match compilations of New Japan, of All Japan, a big fan of All Japan Pro Wrestling. He went to Japan. He earned his Japanese heart. He earned his place on the King's Road. He earned his place in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and that is what is being defended right here, right now. Let's go to ringside.
Introducing first the challenger, representing the Animated Wrestling League, fighting out of Tokyo, Japan, Hiroyuki Shota. And his opponent is the reigning and defending NJPW Strong Openweight Champion, fighting out of Yonkers, New York, representing All Elite Wrestling. He is the War King, Eddie Kingston. This is an officially sanctioned NJPW Strong Openweight Championship match under the auspices of Shin-Nihon Puroresu. NJPW Shocho Tanahashi Hiroshi presiding. At the sound of the bell, AWL Senior Official Joey Bakurush in charge.
Crowd going nuts for that black strap championship belt, the beautiful NJPW Strong title. 60 minutes on the clock. Ippon Shobu, New Japan rules in effect, very similar to AWL rules, except for the longer time limit and the longer whistle. I'm sure you'll see that eventually. Drop kick as the champion goes down. Coming into this match, Hiroyuki Shota, 21-35, ratio of -14 in his AWL career. He is currently in the danger zone. So he needs to get his hands on a championship belt in order to save himself. Now, normally only the AWL titles protect you from Botchamania, but we value our working relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling. If we were to fire or even put into a career-threatening match an NJPW champion, even a strong champion, Shacho would be very angry at us. Over the top rope, down to the floor. This is not a battle royal. The match continues. This is also not the old school NWA. That is not disqualification. In fact, I wouldn't expect to see a disqualification here. Now, senior official Joey Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family taking an AWL count here. If you know you're New Japan Pro Wrestling, their counts on the outside are fast. Usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Why they do it in English, I've never quite figured out. But an AWL cadence here on the outside. And wait a minute. An international equalizer, Tope Suicida. This is Eddie fucking Kingston. This is the man who has no problems pulling out a tank of gasoline and a lighter if you piss him off. But just as always, I don't think Eddie Kingston is pissed off at his opponent. This isn't Claudio we're talking about here. He's pissed off at himself because it's Hiroyuki Shota. It's the office boy of Zaidan J, at least in the mind of Eddie Kingston. He should have been able to beat this kid in under 10 minutes, and he didn't. Time limit draw. Is that what the champion in New Japan is supposed to be? I won't lie to you. There's gotta be 1, 2, nearly a sub 4-minute victory there. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, you spend way too much time in AEW, you're gonna learn how to do the dives, and he does. Eddie Kingston over the top rope, down to the floor. I'm throwing a drop kick. Eddie Kingston, people always crap on Eddie Kingston for his physique, for his lack of athleticism. Well, bullshit to that. Eddie Kingston, one of the best brawling pro wrestlers in the world, but he can do the rest of it whenever he feels the need. Eddie Kingston, 5-7 in his admittedly brief and sporadic Animated Wrestling League career. Oh no, death from overwork! At least that's what he used to call it. The Karoshi driver. On the outside, Kingston may be unconscious. I believe New Japan titles can change hands on a referee's stoppage. That could be the situation here. They do not change. Oh, wait, Tope Korihiro from Eddie Kingston. Okay, even I don't believe what I'm seeing here. Eddie Kingston the first, and I will argue by several metrics greatest Chikara Grand Champion, the New Japan Strong Champion, former Ring of Honor World Champion, former Continental Champion, winner of the first ever Continental Classic Tournament, and let's just say it, a BMF if there ever was one. Showing us all what he can do here in the Animated Wrestling League. Back fist, not the spin. I don't think he's going to stay in there. No, he's going to wait. He wants his opponent in the ring. He wants to fight his opponent. He'll fight anywhere. He'll fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. Doesn't even care if you pay him. And now there's like a chair being brought into the situation. Now that could... Oh, blatant! That should be a disqualification. But if you've ever seen New Japan Pro Wrestling, you know they don't disqualify. They especially do not disqualify in championship matches. What do we have here going up? Boom! Face first into the canvas, grabs a rope break. 5 minutes, and already Eddie Kingston has been pushed past the pissed off point. High cross body. There's a reason we called him one of the flying Yukis. 1, 2. Hiroyuki getting a deep 2 count on the champion. The title is on the line here. Arguably career safety on the line here. Hiroyuki Shota goes headfirst into that chair, picks it up for himself. Now, we definitely know there won't be a disqualification on the outside in a New Japan title match, but great awareness by the veteran Eddie Kingston. DDT onto the chair, you heard it go clang. DDT onto the chair, you heard that. Oh no. Twist. The AWL fans sold out here in the GTA, in the AWL Battle Zone. And this is a battle, ladies and gentlemen. This is a battle for the Strong Openweight Championship. A lot of people have counted out NJPW Strong as a pandemic-era excuse to get people work that doesn't have a place, doesn't have a position in the modern world. But no. Windy City Riot proved amazing things can happen on an NJPW Strong event. We have a brand new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion in John frickin' Moxley, friend and foe of Eddie Kingston. And you gotta know, there's a part of Kingston's brain. There's a part of Kingston's brain, the Japan Pro Wrestling fan, the guy who's gone toe-to-toe with and against John Moxley. There is part of Eddie Kingston who's thinking, IWGP Seikai Hebikyoza, Eddie Kingston. Think about it. Moxley, Kingston. 1, 2 for the top prize in all of Japanese wrestling. Book it, Gedo. Book it, Tony. I don't care who's in charge. Book it, Tanahashi. I want to see that. Oh, wait a minute. What kind of bullshit is this? Eddie Kingston feeling the momentum here, feeling the flow of the match on his side. I don't ever get to say this. 52 minutes remaining. Beautiful Hurricane run into the chair. I don't even know if that was deliberate. That chair is bent to F. I don't know, we're an hour into the video, I can say it. That chair is bent to fuck. Knees up, however, as Eddie Kingston able to counter the more athletic, the more high-flying offense. We've seen how Eddie Kingston can still fly when necessary. Nah, forgetting the baseball bat. Call the translator to book a bet. Forget the baseball bat. Tope Suicida. And I believe that's the second time that Tope Suicida has taken advantage of an Eddie Kingston distraction. And that's also the second time the knees have countered that backsplash. Kick to the midsection by the challenger. The title can change hands on a countout. Nowhere is safe. In fact, I would argue in New Japan Pro Wrestling, the outside of the ring is far less safe than the inside. Oh, swing and a miss there. Forgetting the international equalizer. Eddie Kingston's a man who wants to do this with his own fist. Both men, I believe, have been busted open. And into that bike rack that we call a crowd barricade. That's solid metal with just a cloth hovering over it. Drop kick. Oh, great! Hiroyuki Shota showing what he can do, showing his own physicality here. Now that he is his own man, free of Yamada Jiro, free of the very kind assistance, free of Zidon J, counts up to almost 13, lucky for none in this situation. Kingston needs to get back into the ring. He won't like a count-out victory. He won't like a win by ring-out. But he would absolutely hate to lose by ring-out. Karoshi Doraiba! This is where you need fighting spirit. This is where you need the Tolkan. Genkide Gambatsu Kudasai. Come on, Kingston. Going up top, and elbow drop from the top. Oh, no. Whatever Hiroyuki Shota the thinking he gave Eddie Kingston to trying to recover clothesline by the champion. He's going to be looking for the back fist to the future. No, he just wants to hurt ya. Bam! He doesn't need a baseball bat. He has those arms. Into the cover already. This match has gone longer than their last encounter, the 10-minute time limit draw. Come on, Eddie. He's thinking either maybe the Northern Lights bomb or the Uraken back fist to the future. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. There are a lot of people who have failed to kick out of that Uraken of Eddie Kingston. Hiroyuki Shota breathing rarefied air right now, and that's not a Chris Jericho reference. Irish whip off of the ropes. Hit, drop down. Now goes by German. Speed of light on that German suplex. And Eddie Kingston's got a lot of weight to move around. That also means he builds a lot of momentum when he's in the air. Hiroyuki Shota, the flying Yuki, gonna fly. Last of a dying breed. Stays alive momentarily. A swing and a miss. I don't think he got any of that. Vertical suplex. That's a desperation throw. That's trying to recover. That's trying to recover your pride after that missed drop kick. Kick right to what looked like the inside of the kneecap. Now, we do require our wrestlers to wear knee pads here in the Animated Wrestling League. They can wear them over or under their gear. And knee pads are usually designed to protect the front of the kneecap, as well as the side where you've got some of the tendons. But most knee pads do not protect the back of the knee. So kicks to the back of the knee, that's actually a really good way to hurt somebody. Oh no, now what? Shinai, the Japanese equalizer. Of course, we're going to have a couple of Shinai. Couple of kendo swords. Oh! Hard shot to the stomach. Eddie Kingston saying, I don't need this to beat you. Oh no, he's not going to. Okay, I thought for a second Eddie Kingston was going to try and slingshot. He decides, nah, man, I don't need it. No, bruv. Uraken! Back fist to the future. 1, 2, 3. Eddie Kingston retains his last championship belt, the NJPW Strong Openweight Champion. Showed up the King's Road, showed up the strong style, showed up his fighting spirit tonight. But you know what? So did Hiroyuki Shota.
Here's the winner, and still NJPW Strong Openweight Champion, Eddie Kingston.
And that is all for us tonight. Thank you as we leave the AWL Battle Zone. Next week, the champ comes to Canada. Korede, Marida.